What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing Week 2 predictions for the NFL. Before I get into that, I'm going to go over Week 1 and what I thought about it, and then I'll go over Week 2 and what I thought about and what I think is going to happen. And if you're new to the predictions, I'm going to have 3 locks. I forgot to do the 3 locks last week. I'm going to do an upset pick, game to watch, and game of the week. Game of the week is a little bit different than game to watch. Game of the week is my best matchup, what I think is going to be the best matchup of the week. And game to watch is a game that has big storylines to it, questions, interest, but isn't really a game of the week. Just stuff like that has big storylines to it. So, yeah. We'll start off with Week 1. I'll just start off with my Giants at Cowboys. We almost pulled it off. Wasn't expected to win, but you know when you get really close, you kind of just, I thought we were gonna win, but I can't believe Rashad Jennings didn't score because Eli told him not to score, and I honestly think Rashad Jennings is pissed at Eli, but it's whatever. And the fact that he didn't put in Andre Williams to punch it in, who is the ideal running back, it's crazy. Alright, Packers at Bears. I almost predicted this one. I know I'm going to get a prediction soon. I know I'm going to get one right. But I predicted them to win 31-10, and they win 31-23. So I almost predicted it. I got the first prediction right, but the Bears look really good. Chiefs at the Texans. The Texans need a quarterback desperately. They win. The Chiefs win 27-20. The Jets versus the Browns. They pull off a great win here. It was close in the beginning, but they just pulled away really quick. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a legitimate starter. People sleep on him, but they win 31-10. The Bills at the Colts at the Bills. Huge upset. Andrew Luck didn't look very good. The Bills look very good. Carlos Williams, a great backup back to LeSean McCoy. And by the way, Carlos Williams went to my high school, so I feel like I have a connection to him. Yeah, so the Bills win 27-14. Dolphins at the Redskins. The Dolphins really should have had a better score than that. It would have been 10-10 had not Jarvis Landry get the punt return touchdown. But with all those wide receivers, you would expect them to have a big score, but they didn't. 17-10 was the final score. Panthers at the Jaguars. Panthers win, but barely because it was really close throughout the whole game, and then the Panthers just pull away towards the end of the game. Rams versus the Seahawks. I told you guys that the Rams are going to win. That's all I got to say. I knew the Rams were going to win. I know these Rams. And I know the Seahawks. And I knew Cam Chancellor was going to have an impact not being there. And they did because Dion Bailey got juked out for the game-tying touchdown. And that is the Seahawks' fault for not paying the man's money. For giving the man's money. Cardinals versus the Saints. Carson Palmer's back. That's all I gotta say. This guy is 7-0 from last year to this year. He was 6-0 last year until he got hurt. Now he's 7-0. So, Lions versus the Chargers. I honestly thought the Lions were gonna win because the Lions have Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate and Amir Abdullah. The wide receivers were silent this game, but yo man, stop. So yeah, the Chargers pull out the win barely in last second, 33-28. They were actually Lions blew the lead, man. They were winning 28-3, and they scored 30 unanswered points. So I think it was 28-3. Don't quote me on that. Titans versus the Buccaneers. Marcus Mariota looked like a beast. Jameis Winston is having a tough time, and he's gonna keep struggling. This isn't over yet. 42-14 with the final score. Bengals at the Raiders. I wasn't believing in the Raiders hype. Everybody was saying the Raiders were going to win. I knew the Bengals was not going to let that happen. They win 53-13. Broncos at the Ravens. The Ravens were the better team. They should have won that game. Only reason why they won is because that silly mistake by Joe Flacco. pick six return, but that was it. Um, bro, I'm telling you, Peyton Manning does not look good, and he's gonna keep struggling. And Thursday night game, Steelers versus the Patriots. Patriots looked really good. Steelers looked all good as well because they didn't have Marquise Pouncey, Martavis Bryant, and Le'Veon Bell, and D'Angelo Williams really stepped up for them. Really stepped up. And the Monday night games, both upset. Atlanta with Julio Jones is just, great. Eagles look good as well. There's a lot to take out from that game. And the Vikings versus the 49ers game, I don't know what was up with Teddy Bridgewater. He's supposed to be like one of the most accurate quarterbacks coming into this year, and he just couldn't throw the ball. Like they were way too high. They were way too overthrown. I mean, they were huge lobs. They weren't like bullet passes, but I don't know what was up with Teddy Bridgewater in that game, but I think he'll get better because this Viking team is poised to win. But let's get on to week 2, Thursday night football. The Chiefs versus the Broncos. Peyton Manning is gonna struggle again. I promise you. As a Bronco, he's always beaten the Chiefs, but I think the tides are gonna change here. The Chiefs' offense and defense is better than the Broncos' offense and defense, and that's just because Peyton Manning can't throw the ball past 15 yards. It seems like he struggles trying to get the ball out either way. The guy can't even feel his fingertips. So I mean, when it's time to retire, it's time to retire, man. But Broncos didn't score an offensive touchdown. Chiefs looked great in the other game, so I expect the Chiefs to win this game 21-14. I'll keep it close, being that it's a big rivalry, and Peyton Manning hasn't lost yet, so he's not lost to the Chiefs, so he's not going to go down without a fight. Sunday, my upset pick of the week. Carolina is favored by -3, but I'm going to pick the Texans here 20-13. Just because Panthers really don't have a wide receiver core, and the Texans' defense are really going to shut down. The corners and the safeties are really going to shut down the wide receivers for the Panthers. So I think the Texans are going to win this one. I know there's a quarterback struggle there, but the Panthers' defense isn't going to be that good either, being that Luke Kuechly's out. So adjustments aren't going to be made as much as Luke Kuechly can make them. Steelers versus the 49ers. The 49ers looked pretty good, but that was against a struggling Minnesota team who couldn't put points on the board. So I think the Steelers are actually going to win this one. Don't get me wrong, Carlos Hyde is a beast. 168 yards rushing, the most so far in the NFL in this year. The 49ers run game is just good. Great. Jared Hayne looked alright. He muffed his first punt return, but I mean that's a rookie mistake. He got nervous. So whatever. Martavis Bryant is back for the Steelers, so expect go routes everywhere all the time, because Martavis Bryant is famous for that, and look to get some pressure off of Antonio Brown so he can make some plays. So D'Angelo Williams will be there still. I think so. I think Le'Veon Bell's suspended for one more game. I think it's this game. I think he'll be back week 3, but I'm not worried about D'Angelo Williams. He's a beast. 32 years young, but 32 years young. Buccaneers at the Saints. Last year it was a close game. They even had to go in overtime. But I think the Buccaneers are going to lose by not a good score. I think the Saints are going to take this one 30-17. Jameis Winston is really going to struggle still. He's not going to find his niche. I don't know if Mike Evans is going to be back. So then you got to lean on Lewis Murphy. Vincent Jackson is good, but he doesn't have that speed, doesn't have that quickness anymore. He's old. I'm not saying Vincent Jackson is bad. It's just that he's declining from his prime years. Uh, so yeah, I think the Saints are gonna win this one, 30-17. The Lions at the Vikings. The Vikings are favored in this one. I don't know why. I think the Lions are actually gonna win this one, and I don't think it's gonna be close either. Um, you got Calvin Johnson, you got Golden Tate, and you've got Amir Abdullah facing a division rival who know each other very well. Don't get me wrong, I do see the Vikings winning this one, but I'm gonna go with the Lions and having a good score at that. Just because the Minnesota Vikings struggled versus the 49ers, and the Lions have a way better defense than that. So if you can score a touchdown on the 49ers beat up defense, who, by the way, to be fair, is stepping up and looks very good, but the Lions are coming with a great defense. So I think the Lions are going to win 35-20. The Cardinals at the Bears. Carson Palmer's on fire. That's it. He's going to go 8-0. Come for with last year and this year, he's going to be 2-0. The Cardinals are just awesome, man. The Cardinals are looking really good, and they could easily. I mean, if the Seahawks keep struggling like they have been struggling, they could easily win a division. Jay Cutler looked good, but he's not gonna do well against the Cardinals. 27-20 is what I predict. The Patriots at the Bills. This is gonna be a close game. I still think the Patriots are gonna win this one. Tom Brady barely loses to the Bills, so don't get me wrong. This Bills defense is really gonna make Tom Brady struggle, but it's not gonna be enough. The Patriots are gonna win 21-17. Look for a matchup with Malcolm Butler and Percy Harvin. I'm really looking forward to that. Or Malcolm Butler and Sammy Watkins, but you know, I hope he gets put on Percy Harvin. He's too fast. I mean, there's nobody going to be able to catch Percy Harvin. All right, the Bengals at the Bengals versus the Chargers. I was literally sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to think of who is going to win. They're both above average teams, but I just think that the Bengals have more offensive weapons. I picked the Chargers to lose last time. They should have lost. I mean, that's crazy how they blew that kind of how the Lions blew that kind of lead. But great job by the Chargers last week. I just don't think they're going to be pulling it off today. I know Andy Dalton is Andy Dalton, whatever, but I don't like him either. But I think the Bengals will win 24-21. I won't be surprised if the Chargers win. Let's just say that. My first lock of the week, the Rams at the Redskins. Once again, the Redskins are going to get embarrassed at home. The Rams are going to destroy the Redskins. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for this game. The Rams are going to kill this one. Deshaun Jackson's out. Chris Culliver just got suspended. I just read that up. So who do you have on offense, and who do you have to defend your number one corners? I really think the Rams are going to win 38-7. 38-7. And I hope it will be a shutout too. The Dolphins at the Jaguars. The Dolphins, after what they showed me against the Redskins, I think they will struggle against the Jaguars. But don't get me wrong, the Dolphins are still going to win. I predict them to win 23-10 with the Jaguars' weak defense. I mean, you got all those wide receivers on the Dolphins, and your best corner on the Jaguars is Devon Howe. So, I mean, come on. The Giants at the Falcons. The Falcons at the Giants. I'm looking forward to this game. I can't wait till Eli just takes his frustrations out on Matt Ryan and the Falcons. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. I think now Rashad Jennings will run on the goal line. They will run on the 1 yard line. So Just to let you guys know, the Falcons are 0-2 at MetLife. The first time was in the playoffs when we won 24-2. It would have been a shutout had we not get that safety. And we beat them last year 30-20. So I think that the Giants will win this one, and I can't wait till they do. But I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout because the Falcons really look good against the Eagles, and Julio Jones is firing on all cylinders, and Tevin Coleman looks really good, a really good replacement for Steven Jackson, who's been Steven Jackson been struggling, and it was time for him to go. Tevin Coleman comes in, and he looks really good. He was my number 4 rated running back or 5 rated running back in the draft on my big board. So, all right. My second lock of the week, the Ravens at the Raiders. Raiders lost both of their safeties on Sunday, and Derek Carr might be out depending on his swelling on the thumb. So it might be Matt McGloin. Raiders have a great defense, except Terrell Suggs is out for the year. It sucks. Terrell Suggs is one of my favorite players. He's just a great player, so it sucks that he's going to be out. Alright, I predict them to win 35-14 if I didn't say that already. My game to watch is the Cowboys at the Eagles. Huge division matchup. This is based on who's going to win the division, because these two will be in the running for winning the division. I'm not going to lie. Giants might not be in that running, but I'm not saying they won't. The Eagles, despite their loss, they actually look better than the Cowboys against the Giants. The Cowboys just look so sluggish and didn't really care for catching the ball. Dez Bryant is out for 4 to 8 weeks. It was 4 to 6 weeks, but since the surgery, there was an update, and they said 4 to 8 weeks. So, I don't think the Eagles are going to lose to the Cowboys here, especially at the CenturyLink. I hate the Eagles, don't get me wrong, but I hate the Cowboys just 0.1% more. So, defense looks better than the Cowboys, and the offense looks better than the Cowboys. So, I mean, sure, the Cowboys got that game-winning drive, but if it wasn't for the Giants punching it in on the goal line, the Giants would have won. Not taking anything away from the Cowboys, but that's that. I'm making this really long, so I'm sorry, guys. Seahawks at the Packers, my game of the week. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. The Seahawks are going to go 0-2 in the beginning of the year. Seahawks are going to lose their second game straight. The Packers are going to win. Why? Because it's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. And, yeah, I don't see them losing here. I think they're going to win 26-21. I almost left the game out. I'm sorry. The Titans versus the Browns. I just think the Titans are going to win this one 31-10. That's all I'm going to say. Marcus Mariota, look, I mean, I know you can never compare anyone to Aaron Rodgers, but Marcus Mariota, if you watch how he was playing and you think about Aaron Rodgers, you would think that was Aaron Rodgers in a Titans uniform. He had such a quick release. I mean, watch how Aaron Rodgers throws the ball when he just slings it, like on a play action. He just slings it. He slings it the same way Aaron Rodgers does. And his pocket presence is the same exact way Aaron Rodgers is. I mean, this guy has a future, and he's a mobile quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, so I can't wait to see that. 31-10 is my predicted score. Johnny Manziel starting. I hate Johnny Manziel, so there's that. My last game of the week, Monday Night Football. Colts versus the Jets. This is a sucky matchup. I honestly think the Colts are going to win 28-16. Colts are angry. They're upset. So, they got that loss. They got that win taken away from them, so I think they'll prove themselves here. They went 0-2 last year, and they wound up going 11-5. So don't expect them to be a bad team. Anyway, that's it, guys. Sorry for making this extremely long. I gotta work on making it shorter, but thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in week 3. Or if you watch the Giants post game, which is going to happen on Monday, then I post my predictions on Tuesday. But whatever. See you guys later.